This tutorial will show you how to set up and launch your own ad campaign using the best practices outlined in the guide. This is also a way to see what the current ads manager looks like, as it is updated pretty frequently. So yours might look a little different than mine. Everyone has a slightly different view because it is being so frequently updated. They tend to update about 10% of people's accounts at a time, and they test different layouts, but the functions themselves should be the same. And we'll update this video as larger changes get done to the platform. So first thing, we always like to name our campaigns in a logical way. So we usually do the offer name. So if it's a free offer, a free opt-in, or you're selling something, name it something simple, maybe a nickname so it's not too long. But that way anybody, not just you, knows what you're selling here. We then will say cold or warm, cold being audiences that don't know you, warm being audiences that do know you if you wanted to do retargeting. And then the objective. Is it conversions for a lead, conversions for purchase? The information you put here will later let you look back and not have to click in and see how everything is set up. And when you set it up for this is set up for conversions. You'll always pick auction for most people. You could do traffic. Conversions is actually using the URL for custom conversions, or if you placed a standard event pixel, using those conversions. If you do lead generation, this will be those built-in lead forms within Facebook. I'd recommend doing conversion campaigns to start. Also, we recommend flipping on the campaign budget optimization. What this does is this lets Facebook spend at the campaign level and spend more in your different audiences and ad sets depending on how well they're doing. If you select the ad set level to do your budget, so if I turn this off, then they would spend the same amount. They would spend whatever you tell the ad sets to spend every day and not optimize across all the ad sets. So eventually Facebook will most likely force everyone to only do CBO, which is campaign budget optimization. Right now you can still toggle it on or off, but we recommend getting used to it. Once that's set up, then you can go and create an ad set. And I've already created and you click over here to create. So if we didn't have one made, you could click this and create all of this. We name this. Once I build this out, I then come back here and name it after the relevant features of the audience we're targeting. For here, though, we targeted using our pixel, and we're going after a standard event lead event. So Facebook's going to optimize for that. It's launching just the day we're setting it up with not a scheduled end. This is a lookalike audience we made out of people that are on our email list and have signified an interest in Facebook ads. So we loaded this in as a custom audience, and then we made a lookalike out of it. Best practice is also to exclude the people that are either opting in or that you built the lookalike audience because they're already on our list, they're already interested in ads. We don't need to be sending them more ads. So we excluded those people from our customer list. Targeting right now only people in the US, but if this lookalike also had people from different countries in there, we could target other countries. Have the age set up to be 25 and over, all genders, and nothing else major here. So we're doing all placements. You could also edit placements if you wanted Facebook to only show on certain placements or on certain platforms. For this, though, for conversions, Facebook does a good job of figuring out what placements convert the best. So we don't mind having all of our placements running. And then down here, it's defaulting to set up for conversions. But if for some reason you had a conversion campaign built, but you wanted to optimize for landing page views instead or something else, you could do that. I would recommend to start, though, always just stick with whatever your conversion goal is. And the conversion window, this is what Facebook defaults to, 7 days click or 1 day view as far as the conversion window. If you want to be really conservative, you could just do 1 day click. But for this, we're fine keeping it as is. And at the ad level, we recommend 2 to 4 ads per ad set. And 3 to 5 ad sets per campaign if you're doing campaign budget optimization. For the creative here, we have our Instagram account and our Facebook account set up. Come down here, we loaded in an image. We would put our copy here that we wrote, and it would show up right here on all Facebook placements. It would show up below in an Instagram placement. The headline that shows up goes right here, and then the URL. One thing to note about the display link isn't clickable. The display link is what shows up here, but it does have to match the same domain name. But I could put in anything I want here. Instead of register, this could say join now, and Facebook would not have a problem with it, but the domain name has to match. And I always get rid of the HTTP piece because that's not needed. And then call to action, we always default to learn more unless you're testing something specific, but this tends to do the best over time from what we've tested. And that's it. And so what we've done here, we have one piece of copy and one image, and then we did a second piece of copy and just changed that top part of the copy. So this is example copy 2 with the same image. And if you want to fast duplicate this, if you click the top one and then click the bottom one while holding shift, it'll highlight both. And you can hit duplicate. And what this does is by not having to make these ads individually, we can now duplicate this and we can add in a new image. And now we have technically 4 different ads because we're combining copy. And we're just going to make sure we name these. But we're combining different copy and we're flip-flopping them with different images. And so this then will give us a nice test. And so there's a lot of ways to test, but this is one of our go-to methods. So we recommend you start here. But now we have, copy 1 with image 1 and copy 1 with image 2, copy 2 with image 1, and copy 2 with image 2. So that's a nice fast way to build out a campaign. And we label them this way because later when you're looking for through your results, you could click search by ad name and say we want to see all the ads that had copy 2 and how copy 2 performed overall. It's not showing up right now because these are in draft mode, but what would show up is it would look like this with just copy 2 selected, and then only the copy 2 results would be totaled here. So then you could type in copy 1 and see what that looks like, which is a really nice way to compare results. And once you've gone through and set up your campaign, one ad set, and the ads in each, it's then really easy to come back here. If you duplicate your ad set, it'll duplicate the ads with it. So now you don't have to make the ads the same every time because it'll bring them over. So here we could do an interest-based audience. So we would always label it this way. And then let's come down here first and figure out what we're going to target. For us, though, because we run Facebook and Instagrams along with other ads and on other ad platforms for clients, and we have a group program for business owners running their own ads, we're looking for business owners. So we could look up business owners, and small business owners usually shows up as a behavior. So maybe we target business owners, and then we could say they also have to be Facebook page admins, showing they have some level of experience on Facebook. So that's 1.7 million people. So this by itself could be the audience we target, 25 plus, all genders in the US, small business owners, and they also are Facebook page admins. So if that's who we're going to target, we don't want to put too much up here, but I do small business owners and Facebook page admins, 25 plus. And this is a nice, easy way then, if I came back in here later or if someone else did, it's pretty easy to see what's being targeted. And now if you go into here, we have ads, the same ads, but now they're in this ad set. And so it's a lot faster to do it this way. And you can just see I made a whole new ad set. All those ads came over, and I made this really fast. And so once you're ready, the budget is set at the campaign level. But if for some reason you wanted to make sure each audience spent at least a little bit, because if one audience is a lot better than the rest, Facebook's going to put most of your budget towards that. You can come into a single ad set, and underneath budget and schedule, you can add a minimum. So our campaign is set to spend $50 a day, but I could say I want this to spend at least $15 a day. And maybe this one, I'm like, I don't want this one to spend any more than 40. I could set a minimum, a maximum, but for now I'll just say I want each one to spend at least 15 no matter what. But then if one does a lot better than the other, Facebook might spend, 35 or more, as long as it matches the $50 per day total budget. And so that's one way to kind of control your budget and control your ad spend to make sure your campaigns and audiences are getting the spend you want. But once you're set here, you can just scroll to right above the date. There'll be a review and publish button. And so you can click that. It'll go into review. And you can see here, everything looks good. You can click around and see everything that's set up. It'll have warning symbols in case there's any errors. But if everything looks good, you just hit publish, and that should do it. So follow our guide, set up your campaigns. Once your ads are live, we also will be sharing with you in any emails you get from us how to do better reporting, how to customize your report. You can see here we have actual customized reports and not just the default reporting. You'll learn how to do that too. We'll send out some more training in our emails. But if you have questions, you can always email me, hit reply to any of the emails you get from us, or you can email me at tonyr@intentionalspark.com.